Welcome to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm Libby Zimmerman.
And I'm Connor Zodi. SAB hosted Mystery Bingo Night at the Larson Student Union. Faculty tried their hand at bingo with the hopes of winning prizes. However, this time there was a twist. In light of it being April Fool's Day, the prizes at stake were a mystery to everyone.
Tonight we have our SAB Mystery Bingo Edition. So this is one of our recurring bingo nights that we do monthly, but we have a special edition tonight in honor of April Fool's Day. So we have a mystery-themed bingo where all the prizes are wrapped up in paper bags and they won't be revealed until the winner has picked their prize.
While bingo is done for this school year, SAB is still hosting plenty of other events. You can stay up to date on these events by following at Messiah SAB on Instagram.
Sign Language Club held beginners dinner on campus in Fry Hall. Soothing music was played to help lighten the mood, and writing supplies were provided to assist with communicating. It gave students the opportunity to bond with each other and practice their sign language in simple, relaxed environment. Sign Language Club holds these beginner dinners each semester with the goal of growing the club and getting people involved right away through active participation.
Beginner's Dinner is one of the few events that we have throughout the semester, and our goal is to just have as much of an immersive experience as we can. Sign language, just like any language, is best learned through immersion, through just practice and using it and depending on the language and not your native language.
For more information on Sign Language Club and their events, you can email them at signlanguageclub@messiah.edu or follow them on Instagram at @mu_signlanguageclub.
The annual International Gala was held last weekend with a variety of different things from many different cultures. Caleb Wiegers has the story.
The International Student Association and MCC put on their yearly International Gala with many talented students and great food. All 560 attendees were treated to a dinner and show that incorporated traditions from many different cultures. Students showed off their talents and hard work with many different performances, including some singing and lots of dances. This event brought so many people together, not only from Messiah's campus, but also all over the world.
International Gala has been happening as long as I've been at Messiah and much longer, and that's been a long time. So this year the theme was Merging Waters, and what we wanted to accomplish with that theme was really representing that each individual person has a stream, a body of water, something that they carry within them, and that there's even more depth that is found when we merge those waters together and we bring ourselves together, for example, in this beautiful diverse community that we just have.
International Gala is one of the biggest and most popular Messiah events of the year, so it's no wonder that the tickets sold out in an hour. This year's Gala was a special event for the Messiah community, as it is every year.
Last night, SAB hosted Sour House, Messiah's showcase of unconventional talent. From spirited duets to odes regarding a certain retiring president, Brandon Cruz has the recap.
This is for my one and only true president, KP. KP, you're so cool. You're the reason I go to school.
Yeah, I think that people enjoy making other people laugh, and I think that that's what Sour House tries to highlight, because some people don't really want to put that act in coffee house when it's surrounded by people who have been either practicing their whole life to be a singer or a dancer or to play piano. It kind of just opens up another door for other people who have a different type of entertainment so that they can feel more comfortable to perform.
What's up? Hitting a Mickey House Club like Goofy. What's up? I think you are a little bit too silly, and I think that's silly. Oh, this my blue ball. I guess it fell out of my pocket, but I don't care because, like I said, this is up for style. I'll be up in the Sour House. Round like a washing machine. Down, down, down. Down to the laundry room. We're spinning round, round, round. It's laundry night, baby. The time finds explode. It's laundry night.
Thank you, everybody.
Acclamation Dance Ministry had their showcase for the semester with many different dances. Caleb Wiegers has more.
I have been a part of Acclamation since my first semester at Messiah. This is my second semester choreographing for musical theater and my first semester choreographing for tap. I really love doing tap, and so it was really fun to be able to share that and teach new people how to do tap.
We'll be back with more Falcon Update after this break.
What drew me to Messiah was when I was looking for graduate programs, that it was real people and they were welcoming me to the program. They were interested in who I was as a person, they were interested in my career goals, and they truly just welcomed me before I was even a student.
At Messiah University, in our graduate program of Business and Leadership, we offer an MBA with various concentrations, a Master of Arts in Healthcare Leadership, a Master of Arts in Strategic Leadership, and various graduate certificates. All of our graduate programs in Business and Leadership are accredited by ACBSP, which is the main governing body for business programs, both at the graduate and undergraduate level.
So I found that the online instruction at Messiah was high quality. Definitely a good experience, and an experience that maintained community, even though we were separated by geography sometimes of considerable distances.
Our online courses are capped at 15. This enables students to really develop a deep connection with faculty as they're being mentored throughout the program.
They brought their business experience to every single class. So our professors are teaching us this is what it's like in the real world, and this is how you can take all the stuff out of this book, all this leadership theory, and practically apply it in the workplace.
I would highly recommend Messiah's programs because I feel very cared for by the faculty. They do a great job of making you apply your faith to where you're working. The MBA program is a good reminder that you can be a faithful business professional, and I just feel like I'm becoming a better person and I'm going to be a better future leader because of this program.
Welcome back to Falcon Update. I'm Connor Zodi.
And I'm Libby Zimmerman. Connor, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well, Libby. Thank you for asking. Just pretty busy with exams and final projects coming up at the end of the semester here, but I'm also excited. National Championship for men's basketball is tonight, and I have a floor hockey championship game Friday.
Super exciting.
How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Acclimation I just ended, so I have a little bit more free time on my hands now that I don't have practices for that. But we do have Service Day coming up this week, which I am super excited about. Hopefully the weather holds off a little bit and we don't see as much rain this week. But we'll see what Danny Johnson has in the works for this week's Falcon Forecast. Danny?
Hello, Messiah, and welcome to this week's Falcon Forecast here on YBTV. I'm Danny Johnson. Taking a look at the weather right now, it's roughly 44 degrees. Definitely not too cold out, especially with the humidity being 81%. So not too bad, but definitely a little bit on the chillier side, especially with that precipitation this morning. I don't know if you all saw it. My dog did not want to go outside this morning, so it was definitely raining way too much for her. But we are going to take a look at our Tuesday planner, which we are going to kind of see what's up for this coming week. Tuesday, it is about 6 a.m. and it's going to be below freezing, but still reach up to 38 degrees by noon. So hopefully by the time we're all going from in between classes, we'll see a spike in the temperature, especially by 3 p.m. But as far as that goes, it's going to be cloudy and dreary. So just make sure that you plan out your day pretty well, especially with it being on the colder side. Next, we are going to look at our temperatures here on the surface map, and we're just looking at a little bit of the rain kind of coming in. We're going to see it come in into Wednesday here after the Tuesday planner that we just saw. So then we're going to look at our temperature map as well, as I mentioned. 45 degrees right here in Harrisburg, so not too bad, but definitely not the April spring weather that we're expecting. So we'll move on to our dew points though, because that will give us a little bit of an expectation for this week. Here, right now it's about 38, but on Wednesday it's going to go all the way down to 14, so not too damp outside, but then skyrocketing back up on Friday to 44, so definitely be prepared for that as the week goes along. And then we're going to take a look at our 7-day forecast here. We'll take a look, and as you see, it is kind of going to be the only day is going to be sunny is Wednesday, so make sure you get outside, get some vitamin D there. But then Thursday through Saturday, we're going to see rain and probably torrential downpour here, but just make sure that you get your raincoats and your rain boots out to prepare for that, and your umbrellas. And then Sunday and Monday, just the after effects of those showers. You're just going to see a bunch of clouds and basically just going to have a dreary week. So just make sure that you prepare for this week and make sure that you're not, getting stuck underneath that balcony without any protection. So just make sure that you're prepared. Thank you so much. Sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Danny. Now it's time for this week's campus calendar, and Soraya Boyce is here to tell us what's happening on campus this week.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's campus calendar. My name is Soraya Boyce, and in the month of April, we have a lot of upcoming events. Let's tune in. If you've been missing chapel credits this past semester, you might want to catch up. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., we have a special chapel service with Scott Frey titled Stay Here, Feel This, and Notes on the Wonder. This will be held in Root Breaker Auditorium, and you don't want to miss it. The Career and Professional Development Center will be hosting a tailgating for jobs and career fair from 4 to 6. There will be 50 employers attending to network with students and alumni looking for jobs. This is a great opportunity for you to bring your resumes and portfolios. And if you enjoy some food, hot dogs and cupcakes will be there too. You don't want to miss it. This Thursday is in Service Day. Please take the opportunity to rest well and catch up on assignments. The Writing Center is kindly hosting their annual writing night in Boyer 135. Use this opportunity to receive help on your essays, and no appointment is needed. Looking to have a late night and chill with some friends? Come to CSA's final event of the semester, Late Night Vibes. There will be snacks, drinks, and a fun movie. Take this time to de-stress from your busy week and hang out with the cabinet and friends. On Saturday, ISA and ASA will be hosting Holi from 3 to 5 on Bittner Beach. This event includes fun, colorful powders that represent celebrations for both cultures. You will see me there, and I hope to see you too. For more information, follow the Instagram. If you want to see a fun play, check out Anything Goes in Miller Theater, Climate Haga from 3 to 5. It's a hilarious musical performed by talented Messiah students. So grab some friends, bring some snacks, and come support your friends on stage. I'm Soraya Boyce, and this is your campus calendar.
Thanks, Soraya. Connor, what's your favorite fun fact?
Well, it's funny you should ask, Libby, because we have a brand new fun fact that just came out yesterday from the world of hockey. Wayne Gretzky, who held the record for the most career NHL goals for over 30 years, scored his 894 goals in 1,487 games. And just yesterday, Alex Ovechkin surpassed that record, scoring 895 goals in, believe it or not, 1,487 games. So, pretty coincidental.
That is amazing. I am a big sports fan, not as much hockey, but I've been getting a little bit more into that recently. So that is a super exciting goal and huge for the program, I'd say. Well, let's see what people around campus had to share in this week's Falcon on the Street with Charlie Jones.
Welcome back to Falcon on the Street. I'm Charlie Jones, and this week we're at the Falcon to ask students to share one fun fact with us. Let's go.
I am able to play the ukulele a little bit. I haven't played in a while, but I can do a little bit of it.
You know, mantis shrimp, which are cool-looking shrimp, they have a bunch of different cones in their eyes. They actually have 12 to 16, and we only have 3. So they can see like all these different colors that we can't see, which I think is pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I'm currently drinking an iced caramel macchiato with oat milk, and I think oat milk is better than regular milk.
Did you know that April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month?
I did not know that. Thank you.
Did you know up to 90% of your liver will regrow if it gets removed?
What?
I know, crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, I've actually been to more countries than states.
Australia is wider than the moon.
Did you know that starlings will kind of kick baby birds out of the nest and then put their own young into the nest to be raised by that host bird?
On Earth, is there more legs or more eyeballs of all species?
What is there?
I can't tell you the answer. You gotta look it up.
Are there more legs or eyeballs?
Right. Think about it. You got all the animals. There's all the bugs.
There's more eyes.
I feel like there's more legs. Well, think about how many animals have 4
Yeah,
legs.
but you got all
and
them
two
fish
eyes.
that have no legs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about fish. Wow, well that was a lot of fun facts for us today, and I got one more for you. Did you know that M&Ms were invented in 1941 so that way soldiers in World War II could carry chocolate without having it melt in their pockets? Well, now you know. For YBTV, I'm Charlie Jones, sending it back to the desk.
Messiah has some furry friends who live right here on campus. Jessica Fannin and Sarah Marshall got the story.
Hello and welcome to this week's Beyond the Breaches. I'm Jessica Fannin.
And I'm Sarah Marshall.
And today we have a very special story. We're covering the campus cat, Handsome,
who has been taken care of by Messiah staff here since 2022. Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
The first time I met him was graduation day, I believe it was 2022. He was crying and crying because it was a rainy day and he hates the rain. And then we became friends. Now, I mean, he's just a love muffin.
Burr has 2 other friends on campus who also feed some of the other cats, Donna Herman and Stacy Portco. They take care of Buddy, Precious, Love Muffin, Tux, and Jet, who live in other areas of campus.
I take care of him pretty much all the time, except Rocco. He is one of the students here, and he volunteered to feed on weekends for me.
So basically what I do is Saturday and Sunday mornings I'll get up and he has little cans of food and we call them his treats. So he has his dry food, but he's kind of grown to be quite a snob. Like he doesn't really like to eat his dry food, so he never goes hungry, But yeah, pretty much just open the can for him. I'll give him some pets, give him some love.
Burr would like to remind people that Handsome loves his pets, but sometimes needs some space. That's all for this week's Beyond the Breaches, sending it back to the desk.
Handsome even has his own Instagram account. Follow him at handsome.cat.mu to stay up to date on what he's up to.
Thank you, Jess and Sarah. Coming up, John and Nate have you covered on all things sports at Messiah.
Higher education is in deep need of bright, caring, and capable students, people who desire to effect positive change, who lead out of their core values and their identity in Christ. And at Messiah's program, we take seriously the calling to equip students to do just that.
Our graduate program has two pathways that we focus on. One is a degree in higher education with concentration areas, and the other is the degree in intercollegiate athletic leadership.
The online courses in the program made it really flexible. As a working professional, it was easy to stay on top of my coursework. I feel like the online environment didn't detract any from that personal experience I was able to get in the program.
I didn't just want a degree that was a piece of paper and something to put next to my name. I wanted a degree program that was going to challenge me and push me to grow not only as a coach and possible future administrator, but also as a servant of Christ.
What greatly appealed to me was that I wouldn't feel like a number, and so going throughout the entire program, I just feel like I left knowing my classmates so well, I knew faculty members so well, and built connections that I will continue to use throughout my professional and personal life.
Absolutely filthy goal there. Boom goes the dynamite.
This is YBTV Sports. I'm John Wenger.
And I'm Nate Harlacker.
The Falcons earned 5 total honors into College Sport Communicators Academic All-District Men's and Women's Basketball teams. Every honoree must carry an average GPA of a 3.5 or higher. Reese Harden, Chloe Milanese, Charlotte Milanese, and Liv Montero represent the women's team, while Caleb Lyles represents the men's team. These 5 players now have the opportunity to be selected as CSC Academic All-Americans, which will be announced in the coming weeks.
The Messiah men's track and field team was in action at the 42nd Millersville Metrics on Friday, April 4th and Saturday, April 5th. The men's team combined for 107 points to claim first as a team, with Shippensburg in second with 97 points, and Eastern in third with 86. The Falcons collected 6 personal best performances and 2 season best performances. John Condon finished first in the 800-meter run with a time of 1:55.43. Caleb Kabakjian won the 1,500-meter run with a time of 4:04.31, and the 4x400-meter relay team of John Condon, Sean Baxter, Zion Buck, and Will Zanikis combined for a time of 3:24.99. In the field, Zion Buck earned a first-place finish with a triple jump with a distance of 13.66 meters.
Women's track and field was also in action at the Millersville Metrics this past weekend, and the team finished third overall with 73 points. No Falcons won on the track, but a number of women ran MAC qualifying times in their respective events. In the field, Hannah Witter broke her own record in the pole vault, which she set last week, this time with a vault of 3.65 meters. Kara Brown then took home first place in the high jump.
Messiah women's tennis was back in action this week as they traveled to Lebanon Valley College. The team dropped this one 6-1 with the lone court victory coming from the first singles court, where Kiara Bomboy won in straight sets. The team is back in action Tuesday at Gettysburg College.
And Messiah men's volleyball was also in action this week, defeating Marymount University 3-0 on Saturday. And the team now shifts its focus to the MAC Commonwealth playoffs, which will begin this Thursday at home.
And last but certainly not least, congratulations to Evan Wagaman on breaking the program record for home runs on Thursday over the Blazers of Hood College. Tune into next week's show where we take a deeper look into this historical accomplishment. Or just wait a few seconds to watch the accomplishment in this week's Final Four.
And speaking of the Falcon Four, and now it's time to soar into this week's highlights. Our first highlight takes us to the baseball field where Messiah hosted the Blazers of Hood College this past Thursday. Early in the contest, Evan Wagaman stepped up to the plate looking to make some Messiah history. So here we are in the bottom of the first, and Wagaman gets that 2-1 pitch, stays on it, and drives it to center field for a 3-run shot, scoring Dylan Beard, who had hit a double earlier in the inning, and Hurst as well, who had walked just before that. He drives them both home for this big 3-run shot to set the tone for the Messiah offense in this one. Obviously, this record-breaking home run, everyone's aware of it, and gets to celebrate with his team right there. Look at the replay. He hits this one off Ludington, the righty. Breaking ball stays on it as it drops down, and what a beautiful piece of hitting right there that we have come to know from Evan Wagaman for all these years. As he has solidified himself as one of the best hitters in the history of Messiah baseball with that. So that record-breaking home run moves him past Chris Heisey for sole leader on the Messiah all-time home run list with 24, and the Falcons would add on plenty more runs in this one, winning by a score of 8-5 to sweep the doubleheader. They would also lose the series finale the next day to Hood for their first conference loss of the year. Baseball team is back in action Wednesday at home against Salisbury University.
Heading from one diamond to another, Messiah softball traveled to Hood College on Saturday for a doubleheader against the Blazers. Up 1-0 in the second inning with the bases loaded, pitcher Fallon Feeser helped herself out with this play at the plate. So here we see bases loaded, like I said, and Feeser finds that one middle, and sends it deep into left center field. No doubt about that one. Grand slam for Fallon Feeser, helping herself on the mound, giving Messiah a 5-0 lead early on in the second inning. And there's the celebration there, as we can see. That she just absolutely tattooed on that one, and no doubt about that. And Fallon Feeser with the grand slam there. The Falcons bats would not let up, winning the game 12-0 in 5 innings, and then winning 9-0 in 5 innings in game 2. Feeser just allowed 2 hits in the circle and tacked on 2 more hits and 2 more RBIs in this one. The Falcons are at home twice this week with a doubleheader against Penn State Harrisburg, and then at Senior Day on Saturday against York College.
Next up, we head to Whitmer Family Lacrosse Stadium, where the Messiah women's lacrosse team battled the pride of Widener University on Wednesday. The Falcons trailed 6-5 after a back-and-forth first half, but left no doubt in the second half, outscoring Widener 6-1. Messiah capped off their dominant second half with this beautiful goal from Alina Burnell-Clark. So here we are with a minute left in the game. Game is pretty much in hand with a 3-goal lead, but still trying to tack on some points here as Lewicki throws it over to Buckowitz, who loses it for a moment, gets it over to Lettinga to Burnell-Clark, who just throws it in the goal. Beautiful shot right there to make it a 4-goal game. As we're going to take a look at the replay here as Lettinga gets it over to Burnell-Clark, who catches it, spins, and fires it into the bottom left corner of the net, all in one motion. Beautiful shot by ABC right there. That's her 10th on the season, letting a second assist as well. Served as the dagger in this one for Messiah, as Burnell-Clark's goal made her the 7th different goal scorer for Messiah in the 11-7 victory. Hilly Lettinga tallied 3 goals and an assist in the win, while Jordan Lewicki added 2 goals and assists of her own. The Falcons then hosted Hood College on Saturday, where they throttled the Blazers 16-2, and Jordan Lewicki and Hannah Gaughan had 4 goals apiece in that one. The 9-3 Falcons look for their 6th consecutive win Wednesday at Eastern.
Men's lacrosse was also in action Saturday, visiting the Blazers of Hood College to open up the conference play. Many Falcons players had big games on the score sheet, including Chad Tereski, who got his final goal of the game towards the end of the third quarter. So here we see Falcons up 12-5. Jesse Lynch with it, right behind the goal, passes it to Tereski, cuts the defender, and then shoots it over the shoulder of another one trying to cut in, and makes a beautiful goal there. We'll get another look at that one here shortly. We see Lynch right behind the goal, finds Tereski wide open. One defender misses, other one tries to come in, just can't get it done, and Tereski finds a hole and puts it right in between the goalposts. So that goal would complete Tereski's hat trick for the day, and the Falcons would tack on a few more goals in the fourth quarter and cruise to a 15-7 victory to start conference play undefeated. The team is back in action at home on Wednesday against Eastern University.
Some great highlights this week, Nate, but I have a question. Is there one sport that people may not know that you're passionate about?
Oh, boy. Well, there's a sport that I'm very passionate about that a lot of people choose to just disregard, and that is golf.
Yes.
But, you know,
yes.
I just love golf. Is there anything for any sport that that you would say?
Just motorsports as a whole, honestly.
Okay.
I think there is nothing like witnessing a pack of screaming cars going down a straightaway, getting thrown through the corners at the limit. There is nothing tests the limits of human skill and ingenuity more than motorsports, and I love it for that.
Nice. Well, earlier this week, Neil Weaver sat down and discussed the roles in both the IT department and the athletics department here at Messiah. Cameron Fisher has the story.
Neil Weaver is a dedicated IT technician at Messiah University, where he plays a crucial role in maintaining and managing all campus technology. His expertise ensures that everything runs smoothly, from classroom equipment to network systems, allowing students and faculty to focus on their work without tech troubles.
I went to school for business information systems. I went to Harrisburg Area Community College, and then my last 2 years was at Penn State Harrisburg with computer information systems and business information systems interest. Then just throughout the years I was troubleshooting, doing technical work, computer technician kind of stuff. Came back from being a missionary in Africa with my wife, and a year and a half later I got a job here at Messiah.
In addition to his IT duties, Weaver also serves as the PA announcer at volleyball games, bringing energy and excitement to the events. His voice resonates throughout the gym, keeping fans engaged and informed about the action on the court.
My game day for that is I'm pretty much just making sure the rosters are, I have the rosters ready to go, and my blurb about welcome to Hitchcock Arena, home of the Falcons.
Despite being the announcer, Weaver also brings his IT expertise to game days, ensuring that all technology, from sound systems to live streaming, operates flawlessly.
When they have troubleshooting, I'm thankful that they think of me because I enjoy it. I don't mind getting called about a problem because I like to troubleshoot and fix stuff.
Weaver's dual role enhances the overall experience for players and fans alike, reflecting the common theme of love God and love people, as he uses his skills to foster community and connection through both technology and sports. For YBTV Sports, I'm Cameron Fisher.
Thanks, Cameron. You know, one of the things I love about YBTV Sports is how we're able to share the stories of athletes, but also those surrounding them. So it's really fun getting to hear the stories of people like Neil.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, John, but I just want to make this point. John, I absolutely love your outfit.
Thank you. I think yours is great as well.
Thank you.
We definitely tried this, by the way.
We did.
Definitely, just so we're all clear, for sure.
But, you know, I think we should do this more often. I don't know about you.
I would love that. I would love that. We only have so many shows left, but hey.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, nice. And speaking of that, that is all we have for Falcon Update. And coming up, my guy Brandon Cruz will be hosting YB Tonight, so you don't want to miss it.
is everybody? Oh, right, it's Sunday.
Hello everybody, I'm Brandon Cruz, and welcome back to my final time hosting YB Tonight. It's Monday, I think, so that means we've got a great show ahead of us. First up, I'll be interviewing the Assistant Director of the Pulse and photographer extraordinaire, Katie Tyler. And after that, I'll be talking with singer Lily Ramirez. That's all after the break.
Sort of under the impression that I needed to find like one thing that was my thing, and that there was somehow greater purpose in finding that one thing. But what I learned from studying at Messiah with a liberal arts education, with an education that really dignifies a number of pursuits, was that yes, I'm called to certain things in certain times in my life, but the adventure continues. All the things that God has given us are good things. They all can be ways in which we can further the kingdom, ways in which we can do good in our world. And so the adventure of finding which one to engage in at which time and how to do the best you can with the opportunity before you is one that we should all be enjoying, that God has given us. And that's a perspective that I credit Messiah with helping me form and helping me see.
Welcome back, and I'm here with Katie Tyler. Katie, how have you been?
Honestly, really busy. It's been a chaotic semester so far, but I'm loving it. It's great, honestly.
Yeah, no, I get the being busy thing, you know, just it's a senior, 1 month until graduation, a little bit under, still about a month until graduation. Yeah, I'm just, you know, just working my way to the end. But so you are the assistant director of the Pulse. We actually work together at the Pulse. I'm one of the section editors. So take me through your journey of becoming, like, getting into that position.
Yeah, so it's actually so funny because I did not want to be the assistant director of the Pulse at first. I actually, how it started is the current director, Danny, she sent me like the link to apply, and I literally texted her. I'm like, I don't want to apply. Like, this is a leadership position. I don't see myself as a leader. Like, you're kind of insane for even like attempting to get me to apply. But she's like, just apply, it'll be fine. And so I applied, and I remember like sitting in the interview. It was just a Zoom interview, but I was dressed all professional. My hands were like sweating so badly, and I just remember being like, okay, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm taking a leap of faith right now, and I'm trusting you. And after the interview, it went really well, but after the interview, she texted me, and she's like, you'll probably hear back from in like a week. And I kid you not, like a few minutes after, I got the confirmation that I got the job, and I was like in shock. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and just can you take me through some of your typical responsibilities in this as the assistant director?
Yeah, so I do a lot of like secretarial work, so I'll like take out the trash and stuff like that. But what I like most love to do, specifically for my job, is creating like different activities for our group to do or for our team to do. It's just a really nice way to kind of bond everyone together, especially since it can get hectic. So it's a nice reminder to just like have everyone come together and be like chill and just talk and not have to worry about responsibilities, as well as just like sending out reminders and checking emails, which I am like, sorry Danny, but I'm kind of bad at. But it's a really fun journey, and just getting to connect with people, even people like stepping in as the assistant director halfway through the school year. Like, not a lot of people know me. They're used to Danny, and it's been really fun getting to know people and connecting with people. So.
Yeah, I agree. And we work together at the Pulse. My experience with the Pulse has been amazing this semester. Just like I want to echo what you said. It's really chill, really calm, really good community there. That's the part of it that I've enjoyed the most. I just wanted to ask you, what are some of your favorite parts? I mean, you kind of already answered, but what are some of your favorite parts of working at the Pulse?
I think I would have to say I have a lot, honestly, because it's just such a great place to be a part of, or such a great team to be a part of. But like our advisor, Dr. Ark, he's like there, but what's nice is he lets every like person or people that are part of the team use their creativity to be able to put that creativity into their work. And it's nice because it's all like student created. And it's like you're in your actual job and you have that guidance from your advisor, from Dr. Ark, but you're still using your creativity and putting it out there. And also like just getting to know everyone. Like I said, like I think it's really important to kind of foster a safe space. And I very much value that. Especially because like at home I didn't have that, at least in school. Like I had that from my parents and my family, but it was rough for me at school. So just creating that, because I know not a lot of people have that, and also this is going to be not a good rep for me, but I love taking naps on the couch. We recently redid the whole setup in the room, and the naps are just the best. I honestly nap during my office hours, but yeah.
So stepping aside from the Pulse side of things, I also know that we also will occasionally work together with athletic communication. So how did you get first started working with like that side?
Yeah, so my major is broadcasting and journalism, and in the spring semester, so last year, I took sports journalism with Dr. Ark. And I remember Matthew Fenton, the past director of athletic communications, came in to talk to us kind of about just like what it is essentially and what he does and what his role is. And so I remember like sitting in the back of the class and just listening to him talk. And the more he talked, the more I like was interested in it. And especially like being a woman in sports, specifically like sports journalism, it's very competitive and very tough. And the more you put yourself out there, and the more you get into that field, the better like you are able to get a job in that field. So I contacted him, and unfortunately he retired, so he kind of like put my name down for the next director. And in the summer I got a call from the current director, Pat, and he called me and he like kind of did a brief interview, and then he was like, oh, you got the job, blah, 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 which I kind of expected. But then I like actually got started into working with Pat and everyone, and it was just such a nice community. Everyone was so sweet, and it's a great time. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had a great time there too. You know, shout out to Pat, by the way. He's a really great boss in my experience with him this year. He's been a really great guy. But what do you usually like do for athletic communications?
Yeah, so it's really like everyone kind of is different. So I don't like do everything at athletic comm, but I like told Pat, I'm like, okay, put me on everything except broadcasting, which is ironic because that's my major, as well as PA announcing because my social anxiety cannot handle that yet. But I do photography. I love photography, especially sports photography. It's just like everything to me, just capturing an image, and it's like in still motion. It's just so cool. And I also do camera, just being able to follow the sport, as well as like doing production, the like stuff behind that, and like putting up the score and stuff, and like again just like following the game and being able to watch it while you're working. It's such a cool experience. Not many can really say they can do, or they're able to do, but I also have done stats, which is a very interesting experience, very fast, but I kind of float around. So wherever Pat wants me, I'm like, yeah, just put me down. I don't really care where you put me. I just want to be there.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned photography. And how did you first become interested in photography? Was it through like AFCOM, getting that opportunity to like do sports photography, or did that start before?
Yeah, so actually in high school, I played softball for 14 years. So it was such a crucial part of my life. Like it was my life essentially. And I remember this one tournament, I got hurt. I think it was my shoulder or something, and I was out, and I couldn't do anything. Like even if I wanted to, no one would let me. So I went out, like outside of the like dugout and stuff, and I was with my mom because she took pictures for us at the time, and I just sat next to her, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is so hard to watch. So she was like, here, handed me a camera, and I started taking pictures of my teammates because I couldn't do anything else. And so I got started with that, and it kind of like fizzled off because I got back into playing softball again since I was able to. And then I went through a couple of toxic situations in my life that were really damaging, and so in order to kind of get me out of the house, my parents would drag me to my sister's soccer games, and I used to hate it. Actually, I used to hate soccer, and I always like made fun of my sister for kind of being a foot fairy, and then like I actually realized that I really liked it, and I was like, Mom, give me the camera. Like, I want to like shoot. I want to take pictures of my sister. And I ended up doing it for like the whole team, and just it was really fun, and just all the positive feedback I'd received from parents and like the kids themselves of the pictures I took, and this like just seeing how cool it is in slow motion, because it's like there's so much story behind a single photo. Like, I love art, and I like to draw and paint, but the like photography, it's so cool because it's just like in still motion, like it's not moving, but yet there's so much emotion and story behind that one picture.
Yeah, and as somebody who has absolutely no skill in art whatsoever, photography, it's kind of a little bit of a hobby of mine. I do love being able to capture those moments. And Katie, thank you so much for coming on the show. After the break, I'll sit down with the incredibly talented Lily Ramirez. Stick around.
I wanted to go to a Christian college, and then I toured at some other Christian colleges, and Messiah felt like it had a really good balance between both a serious education program and also having like a way to help their students like further their faith and push their faith.
We have 3 concentrations for the biology major: biomedical, organismal, and the general concentration.
I did tons and tons of college visits, and Messiah's biology program was just unparalleled.
So we teach our courses in the context of a Christian liberal arts education. We have rigorous coursework, hands-on experience, opportunities for internship, study abroad, to prepare them for a future as professionals while we're helping them grow in their faith.
Field experience for us could be shadowing doctors or dentists or veterinarians. One is this Healthcare in the Developing World course that we teach in Zambia. Students will shadow faculty and doctors there at the Macha Hospital, which is associated with Johns Hopkins University. There's just something about a field experience that just doesn't happen in a book.
It's definitely been very intense, but at the same time, all that work has provided a lot of opportunities and other jobs that I've gotten over the summer because of my academic career.
Welcome back. I'm here with Lily Ramirez. Lily, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing good, yeah. Just like I mentioned, just coming to the end of the semester, coming to the end of my time here at Messiah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot of emotions in the next month or so.
I'm
but
sure.
Yeah. So a little bit of backstory. Recently, actually on Friday, I saw you perform at the Student Showcase of the Union.
Mm-hmm.
You did an incredible job at that, by the way.
Thank you.
So how did you first become interested in singing?
Yeah, so I started singing for church when I was pretty young. Part of my testimony is that I was born deaf in one ear, and my mother would sing worship songs in the ear that I was deaf in, and by the grace of God, I've been healed, and I've been singing and doing music ever since.
Yeah, well, that is an incredible testimony. Yeah. So for your performance on Friday, so how did you go about choosing some of the songs that you performed?
Yeah, so I love having soul, anything that reminds me of, the city, like, because my parents are from New York. I lived there for a short bit of time. Just anything that I feel kind of brings more energy, a different flavor that I don't really see too much around in Messiah. I wanted to bring something a little new. And so whatever gave me that taste of something new and exciting to give other people, I was like, yes, let's bring it.
Yeah, and you mentioned, like, you mentioned worship music, you mentioned soul.
Yeah.
What are some of your, like, favorite genres or types of music?
Yeah, so I definitely love gospel music. So Tasha Cobbs, CeCe Winans, like those are my gospel like go-tos. On that, I love oldies. Like I grew up listening to like 50s doo-wop, older music. I love the Beatles, Queens, and so like things like that, and some modern soul. So like Ray, Adele, and things like that too.
And you mentioned a lot of incredible artists. Is there one artist that you would say you particularly take a lot of inspiration from?
I don't know. I feel like I take more inspiration from like specific genres. Like I feel like I take a lot of inspiration from like gospel, just because it blends like beautiful, rich, cultural history with the message and the music. So I wouldn't say a specific artist, but definitely like a specific genre.
And so I know I mentioned in the last interview, I cannot do visual art whatsoever. I can also not really sing. So what is some advice that you would have for maybe someone like me who would maybe want to get a bit better at singing?
Oh, okay. I think one of the biggest things is not comparing yourself to people, and allowing yourself to learn naturally. Just by singing along to what you hear in the music, what you enjoy listening to, sing along to that. I mean, I thought I didn't really like my voice because I played the game of comparison, but as soon as I stopped doing that and focused on what I was good on, I started enjoying and learning a lot more. So just focus on what makes you happy when you sing it, and that will follow suit.
And just to preview your performance that you're going to perform after the next break, what song have you chosen to perform for us tonight and why?
All right, so I chose Oscar-winning Tears by Ray. It has been honestly such a fun song to learn. One of my friends recommended it to me, as well as my little sister, and I was like, okay, I gotta give it a listen. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, this is one of the best like female rage crash out songs that I've listened to. So that's why.
And really briefly, this question, I just gotta know. If you could meet any musical artist, past or present, who would it be?
Ooh. Oh, this is so hard. I would love to meet Aretha Franklin. I feel like she would be such an inspiration to me, and she would be so cool.
Well, thank you again for coming on to be interviewed. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we will have Lily's performance. You won't want to miss it.
Christian universities recruit from a pool of prospective students who vary greatly in their Christian denominational backgrounds and faith traditions. In a way, each student could be portrayed as a different colored piece of glass. Some Christian universities may seek only one subset of students, let's say these red pieces of glass. Others might prefer to recruit different subsets of students, blue pieces of glass, for example. Still others may welcome many colors of glass, but still see it as their mission to make students' incoming colors more uniform, to change them all to purple, for example, by the time they graduate. But at Messiah University, we take a different approach. Messiah's vision of reconciliation welcomes students from a wide variety of Christian traditions and backgrounds, symbolized by many more colors. We call this the Messiah metaphor. At Messiah, each student brings a valuable perspective that is celebrated, appreciated, and allowed to remain distinct. In the grace of our shared love of Christ, and in our worship, study, and service, we combine our individual colors into a community that is more beautiful together, like a strong and vibrant stained glass window. And the insight that is born in all of us is the light that shines through. Together, we see anew.
Once again, Lily Ramirez.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you about one of the many men. Name is irrelevant, height is irrelevant. He was a 1 out of 10. I wish that I knew it then. I'm still recovering. Truly invulnerable. I love his sentiment. Quickly I opened up. I learned my lesson then. Thought it was safe again. Thought he was innocent. I was so wrong. No, I can't deny. I was stuck in a daze. Terrible phase. You was convincing though. Very believable. The role that you take. This front row seat, and baby, you can go ahead, cry those Oscar-winning tears, popcorn and now scream, baby, you can go ahead, cry those Oscar-winning tears. Oh, what a tragedy. It didn't have to be. Look how you talk to me. Cursing and blasphemy. Cinematography. Get this on camera, please, or no one's gonna believe. No, I can't deny. I thought you were the man. You were the plan. What are you lying for? What are you crying for? You did it again, so I'll take this front row seat. And baby, you can go ahead. Cry those Oscar-winning tears, popcorn and now scream. Baby, you can go ahead, cry those you can miss me with the lion, 'cause I could see right through those. 9 o'clock entertainment. Oh man, I wish I could take it. Sit down, no tissues, no string section, no tiny violin. For the last time, I'm your audience. I'll take this front row seat. And baby, baby, you can go ahead and cry. Baby, you can go ahead and cry. Go ahead, cry those Oscar-winning tears, baby. You can go ahead, cry those Oscar-winning
Lily, I'm speechless. That was incredible. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
That was incredible.
Thank you.
Well, that's all for this week, Messiah. But make sure to tune in next week for a very special YB Tonight. Stay classy, Messiah.